You can delegate almost anything in your job. You can delegate a report. You can delegate a task. You can delegate an entire project to someone on your team. That is what leadership looks like. That is what growing in your career looks like. But there is one thing you cannot delegate. No matter how senior you become, no matter how strong your team is, no matter how much your results speak for themselves, you cannot delegate your voice. When the client walks into the plant and asks you directly in English, "What happened on the line last Tuesday?" nobody can answer that question for you. When corporate is on the call and they want to know why the numbers dropped in Q3, your manager cannot step in and translate your knowledge into words. When the auditor points at you across the table and says, "Walk me through your process," there is no one else in that room. It is just you and your English. And that moment, I have worked with engineers and operations coordinators for over 12 years. Brilliant people. People who know their processes better than anyone in the building. People whose technical knowledge could fill a manual. And I have watched those same people go quiet in front of a client. I have watched them look to the side, hoping someone else would take over. I have watched their manager speak for them, not because the manager knew more, but because the engineer did not have the words in English. And every single time, something breaks in that moment. Not just the professional image, something internal. The confidence that you built over years of doing your job well. It cracks a little. Because you know what you wanted to say. You knew the answer. You just could not get it out. That is the cost nobody talks about. Not the missed promotion, not the performance review. The quiet cost. The moment where your work was not enough, because your voice was not there with it. Here is the thing I want you to understand. This is not about grammar. It is not about accent. It is not about sounding like someone from California or London or anywhere else. The engineers and coordinators I work with are not learning English to be perfect. They are learning English to be present, to be in the room, to be the person who answers when their name is called. Because here is what I have learned after more than a decade of working inside manufacturing environments. The people who move up are not always the most technically brilliant. They are the ones who can communicate what they know. They are the ones who can defend their numbers in a meeting, who can explain a process to a client without freezing, who can build a relationship with a supplier across a language barrier. English in this industry is not a skill you add to your resume. It is the infrastructure that everything else runs on. You cannot delegate infrastructure. If the system goes down, you fix it. If the line stops, you respond. And if the language barrier is holding back everything you have built professionally, that is something only you can solve. Not your company, not your HR department, not a generic online course that teaches you how to order coffee at an airport. You. The good news is this. You already have everything else. You have the technical knowledge. You have the experience. You have the context that nobody can give you from a classroom. All you need is the language to carry it. That is the one requirement you cannot delegate. Start there. This is the Professional Academy, English for Manufacturing Professionals. We will see you in the next episode.